Have you ever watched your dreams drive right past you, and all you could do was smile and wave? Rohit had. Every single day. He stood under the blazing sun, wearing a faded blue uniform, wiping sweat off his forehead with the back of his hand, and filling fuel into cars that shimmered like jewels in the heat. He didn't mind the work. He was good at it. But deep inside there was a quiet ache, a silent scream that no one heard. Rohit had dreams, not just small ones. He wanted to own a beautiful house. He wanted to be someone his family could be proud of. And more than anything, he wanted to drive a black Mercedes-Benz, the same car he saw in magazines, in movies, in dreams, but not in reality. In his town, men like him didn't drive cars like that. They just filled their tanks. Still, every time he saw one, his heart would skip a beat. He'd imagine himself behind the wheel, the leather steering wheel under his hands, the city lights dancing on the sleek black paint. And then, just like that, the dream would disappear in a trail of exhaust smoke, replaced by the dull whir of the next customer's scooter, until one day, the dream stopped right in front of him, a black Mercedes-Benz. Shiny, majestic, purring softly as it came to a halt, right at pump number 3. Rohit froze. His eyes locked onto the car, unable to look away. It wasn't just any car, it was the car, the one from his dreams, and now it was real, inches away from him. For a moment, everything else blurred. The heat, the noise, the cue. All he could hear was the thumping of his own heart. The door opened with a smooth click. A man stepped out, clean cut, sharply dressed, the kind who looked like success itself. "Fill it up for 2,000 rupees, he said with a polite smile. Rohit nodded mechanically, trying not to stare, but failing. The man noticed. "You like the car?" he asked. Rohit hesitated. Then honesty won. "It's my dream car," he said, almost whispering. "One day I want to drive something like this. I want more in life, success, freedom." The man looked at him for a long second, then reached into his pocket and handed him a visiting card. "Come to this address tomorrow. I'll teach you about business. If you're willing to work hard, maybe one day you'll drive one too." Rohit held the card like it was made of gold. His fingers trembled slightly as he read the name, the address, the elegant print. For the first time in years, something sparked inside him. Hope. A real chance. Not a fantasy, not a daydream, but an open door. But as quickly as that spark came, a shadow followed. Doubt. What if it was a scam? What if the man was just toying with him? What if he failed and ended up worse than before? He stared at the card, heart pounding, mind spinning. He thought of his family, his little room, the routine that numbed his spirit day by day. The opportunity felt big, too big, and somehow that made it scarier than anything else. In the end, Rohit looked at the card one last time, then slowly walked to the trash bin and dropped it in. 3 years passed. The truest pain wasn't physical. It was waking up every day knowing nothing had changed. Same pump, same uniform, same dream, now silent. Until one afternoon, a black Mercedes stopped at his pump once again. But this time, the driver wasn't a stranger. Rohit's breath caught as the man stepped out of the car. He looked sharp, confident, yet oddly familiar. The man smiled and said, 2,000 rupees, please. As Rohit began to fill the tank, still, trying to place the face, the man leaned slightly and said, "Do you remember 3 years ago, someone gave you a visiting card right here?" The words hit like a bolt of lightning. "Yes," Rohit replied slowly, his voice barely audible. "How do you know that?" The man chuckled, not unkindly. "Because I was here that day too. Not as a customer, as a cleaner. I overheard the whole thing. After you left, I saw you had thrown the card away. I picked it up." Rohit's heart dropped. His eyes widened, his hand frozen mid-air. "I called the number," the man continued. "Met him. Listened. Learned. I worked hard, real hard. Failed a few times, but I kept going. And now," he glanced lovingly at the car, "this Mercedes is mine." He looked at Rohit with a gentleness that stung. "I just wish you had tried too." Rohit didn't speak. He couldn't. The words clung to his throat like thick smoke. The man's last sentence echoed in his ears. "I just wish you had tried too." He watched as the man stepped back into his Mercedes, the door clicking shut with effortless grace. The engine purred to life, and in a blink, the car disappeared down the road, just like the first one 3 years ago. Only this time, the driver had once stood in Rohit's shoes, and now he lived Rohit's dream. Rohit stood frozen, eyes still on the empty street. A single thought screamed through his mind. That could have been me. But it wasn't. Because he had doubted. He had hesitated. He had let fear speak louder than faith. Narration fades in gently. Opportunities don't always knock twice. Sometimes they come silently, in the form of a question, a card, a single decision. And if you ignore them, they don't return. Not because they're cruel, but because they were waiting for courage, not comfort. The screen fades to black. As one final message appears, the real thief of dreams is hesitation. The next chance might already be watching you. Will you answer?